Hello, everyone. This is Bennyhillz back with another Supreme Vintage Cube draft, and there I am on the leaderboard. So I've been rising quickly. I got trophies in my last 2 rounds, so it'd be pretty sweet if we could make it 3 in a row. Um, yeah, I'm loving this format, figuring it out more and more. It's grown on me a lot, actually. At the beginning, I didn't like it nearly as much as Vintage Cube, and I still probably like it slightly less, but it's I used to think it was mostly luck, and I'm realizing as I do it more and more that there's more skill than I initially realized. See, like here, it's a tough call. What do you take? So many good cards. I have been, I've complained about not opening enough power in the first pack, and I think that actually is probably true that it's been a little bit disproportionate, but this is evening it out a little bit. This is just broken. I mean, there's no consideration to any other cards here. Okay, there is Splinter Twin, Mana Leak, Mind Twist are the three that are standing out to me the most. I think I'm just gonna go Mana Leak, Mind Twist. Just the cheap, good interaction. Mind Twist is really, really good with the fast mana of this format, especially Black Lotus or Mana Crypt. So that seems like a good place to be. Plus, if you are playing these sort of control decks, then Ancestral is like one of the best cards because if you're you're trading off a lot of resources, and this just lets you pull ahead very cheaply. Not much for us here. Mirari Conjecture for Ancestral is something, but that is pretty slow. Manic or Mox Diamond, as I said in some videos, I just think is pretty bad in this format. I'm hoping to play like 13 lands because I have a lot of Moxen, and that just means Mox Diamond is just pretty bad. We can take Commit Memory. This is pretty good. It's like a draw 7 that also is very interactive. So I'll go with that. And then Ancient Grudge is great, but it's pretty hard on the mana. I think I'm just going to take a Godless Shrine here. If we pick up like a Fractured Identity or Teferi or something, we might want to splash it. We don't know we're even playing black, but I think that this just could help us out a decent amount potentially. We could also take a Kozilek, but I think I like Godless Shrine a bit more. Ooh, well, there's an Oko. Could have had 2 Splinter Twins by now. We definitely want the Mana Vault, and then I think we just take the Oko. It's so good. And both of the blue cards here are pretty bad. There's not really any black cards we want. It's annoying that this doesn't help us with the mana at all, but we do have the Emerald to help us splash, so we will take these two. Okay, there's a Time Spiral, but I don't know if this is really going to be Time Spiral deck. We could just take Nissa. Slightly abandon the black and just go like blue-green. Yeah, I think, all right, Bribery versus Time. We could just go Bribery Time Spiral as well. That's the other option. But I don't really want to play Time Spiral in this sort of deck, I think. We have no anti-draw 7 cards yet, and so many people are playing Hull Breachers and Narsets that, like, I really don't like playing draw 7s in this format unless I'm, like, committing to having a lot of those sorts of cards. And Nissa is just really, really good. I think I'm going to go Bribery Nissa. Okay, there's another Bribery. Seagate Stormcaller is good with Ancestral. I definitely think I want the Shelldock Isle. And then we can take probably Chrome Mox. I could take the Golgar or the Windswept Heath, which can fetch black or green, but we don't even know what we're going to be playing yet. And Chrome Mox is just like a really nice accelerant, especially with Ancestral. Okay, there's an Overgrown Tomb, which is nice with. I think this is actually good. There's a decent chance we want to splash both of these cards. So we can go Dimir Signet plus Overgrown Tomb, and that really helps out a lot with the colored mana situation. Sylvan Library is also reasonable, but I think I would rather have mana here. Although, yeah, we should just take the mana. Ooh, Leovold. There's also a DAC, but that strains the mana a little bit too much. And we actually are in Leovold colors, so I think we just go with that and Preordain here. Daze is also good, but Daze is not as good when lots of players have fast mana. Like, it's pretty common to play like turn 1, like, DAC fading off of Black Lotus, but you still have the 1 mana to pay. Duress is also really good, but I think we're trying to be heavy blue and then just a small splash of green and black. There is an Urza, an Emery, Golos, Botanical Sanctum, Sensei's Top. Toxic Deluge is actually reasonable too. Actually, I kind of want the Deluge. Urza is just so good. So I think we just go Urza, Deluge. I'm sad not to get the Sanctum, but I think this is what we should do here. Um, Toxic Deluge is actually really nice, and I think creatures are less bad than I used to think they were in this format because there's so many like cheap planeswalkers and stuff. Ooh, so Ponder, Jace, and Simic Signet are all really good. Simic Signet helps us with our fixing quite a bit. Ponder's just great, and then Jace can flashback Ancestral, or like Bribery or Mind Twist or something. I think I'm gonna go with these two. I do really like the Simic Signet, but these are both really good and they work well together. And like card draw and card filtering is another form of mana fixing. And since we're basically assuming we're always gonna have access to blue mana because we're gonna play mostly blue sources, then we'll have, Ponder can help us find our black and green mana. Ooh, okay, so some nice interaction here. Library is okay, but I think I'm gonna go with Trigon Predator and Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is really, really good, cheap interaction, and Trigon Predator is just a beast. Ooh. Well, we're definitely taking the Mox, and then Mana Drain versus Bayou. We got to go with the Mana Drain, I guess. Bayou would be great, but we already have Overgrown Tomb, and Mana Drain is just too good to not take here. We've seen so much blue-red fixing. The Mirror Signet is nice. Cryptic Command is nice. We already have Toxic Deluge, so we don't need the Languish. Venser is okay, but I think I like... Well, actually, maybe Venser is as good as Cryptic. Actually, yeah, I think I might go Venser Signet here. Cryptic is very good, but Venser and Cryptic are actually pretty similar. I mean, they can both, essentially counterspell while giving you more value. And they can also both act as, sort of removal spells, but we actually have a decent number of creatures in this deck. And I think, we're trying to be, value creatures a little bit more than just, hard control. Plus, I am going to have, a decent amount of non-blue mana, so I think it's just a decent amount easier to cast. Okay, there's a Factor Fiction, Spellseeker, which can find a lot of good stuff, Brazen Borrower, Seagate Stormcaller can copy Ancestral. I think I actually like taking both of these here. Brazen Borrower is also good, but we just picked up Venser. And these are both really, really good with Ancestral, and they help us find Ancestral. Plus, Spellseeker can find Mind Twist, which is really nice. So yeah, I think we'll go with these two. Nice, Moxjet and Hull Breacher. Can't really argue with that. Trigon Predator is good. Coalition Relic is good. Flooded Strand is good, but these are both just great. So our mana situation is a little dicey. We don't have the best fixing. Spell Pierce, Second Deluge, Arid Mesa, or Sylvan Library, Arid Mesa. Neither of these signets are double on color, unfortunately. I definitely want the Spell Pierce. I think I'm going to go Spell Pierce Library here. Library is pretty great, especially if you can turn one off of the Mox, and we already have 2 Mox Emeralds to help with that. At this point, I'm picking mana fixing very highly. Okay, Dark Confidant is interesting. Narset is there, but we actually have a lot of creatures. And then I think we just need to take the Blooming Marsh. So we'll take the Blooming Marsh because the fixing is so bad, and then it's Scarab God versus Dark Confidant. I actually think I like the Scarab God here. Dark Confidant's a better card in general, but Scarab God is actually really nice when you can, be making 4/4 copies of, Spellseeker and Venser and stuff like that at instant speed. Alright, I'll take a Mana Crypt. It's not the best Mana Crypt deck ever, but Mana Crypt is just so good. And then Treachery or Brazen Borrower or Karn. I think I like just taking the Karn here. It's just so good in, any situation. So, this is our deck. What do we cut here? We have to make a lot of cuts. I think I'll start with Bribery in the board because it's going to be sort of bad sometimes. We have Leovold and Hull Breacher to pair with the Commit Memory. That might be enough. All of these cheap cards I want. I think all of these 2s I also want. Even though we don't we can use Seagate Stormcaller to copy Thoughtseize or Ponder or whatever in addition to the Ancestral. We could maybe move Deluge to the board because we are pretty creature heavy and then bring it in when necessary. Nissa is a little bit hard on the mana with the double green. When I picked this up, I was thinking we might be 75% blue, 25% green, and it ended up being not that. I do, since we're playing 3 colors, I want to play a decent number of lands, so we'll need to accommodate that. Maybe I do just cut the commit memory. It's a little bit expensive. And then I think the Moxes are all just so good. I guess we don't have like that much card draw to fuel the Chrome Mox. We have Ancestral, and then Sylvan Library, but that's really it. But it does help us with the mana fixing a lot too. Maybe we cut one of the signets. And then that would be 18 like sort of lands. I think that's enough. And well, actually, we'll see how the fixing situation looks. But actually, yeah, the fixing situation is going to be rough. Let's see if we did this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green sources, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sort of blue sources. I want more blue than that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut the forest and just play another island. We need to have blue mana very badly. Especially since we're relying on like Ancestral, Ponder, Preordained to help us fix. I really wish we had a few fetch lands, but I think this deck is really, really good, actually. We don't have any forces. Actually, we're very light on counter magic in general. But we have a really strong proactive plan with a lot of acceleration. So yeah, I think this will be pretty good deck. Let's see how it goes. I'll see you in round 1. All right, here we are for round 1 against the last Badger, and we are on the play, which is excellent, and we have a great hand, which is also excellent. So we'll lead on Island. I mean, we could just play turn 1 Dimir Signet, but I think I would rather just hold up Mana Leak. It's not like if we had a 4-drop in our hand, if we had a Karn, then that would change things because, it makes a big difference to have that extra mana. But as it is, next turn we're going to be playing, we'll have like Hull Breacher mana either way. Also, we're a little bit constrained on blue mana, so it's not like we would get up to enough mana to like play Mana Drain plus something else if we were to go Dimir Signet on 1. If they play, yeah, I'm not going to counter Mox Jet. I mean, it's not inconceivable. Okay, yeah, they're doing the thing. Grim Monolith. I actually am going to counter that because if it resolves, it sort of invalidates Mana Leak anyways. Ooh. Do we want to play Mana Vault? No. I think I'm just going to pass holding up Mana Drain. Oh, wait, we don't have Mana Drain available. Okay, I actually am going to play Mana Vault and then play Dimir Signet so that we can have Mana Drain available. So we'll go Mana Drain if they do anything scary, using the Blooming Marsh to get blue. And then if they don't do anything, we can just play Hull Breacher. And it's not like we're not playing like a really big mana deck, so we don't have like, 7 drops we're trying to play with Mana Vault. So using it here is not too much of a loss. Whereas if we were really banking on using it to cast like Karn or whatever, then I would be a lot more hesitant to tap that. Just play a Time Twister. No need to worry about anything. Thieving Skydiver. I think that is worth yeah, that's worth a Mana Drain. I don't want to deal with that. Plus, it does like accelerate them. It trades with a Hull Breacher. So hopefully we can draw. I mean, this is awkward. We can use. I wish we got this mana from the Mana Drain now. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense to untap this at all. Sylvan Library. That's a good one. That's actually a really good draw. So now we pass and go end of turn Hull Breacher. We could do it now to play around days, but I would much rather just hold it up in case we can surprise them. No play at all. All right. Let's see if they have any answers to this. Thirst for knowledge. Okay. So we're almost definitely just going to pay 8 life to draw all these extra cards here. They're not pressuring us at all. We're on the board more than they are, and we have mana. I guess Mana Vault is killing us slowly, so we can't go too low with the Sylvan Library, but it's all right. Ooh, Emrakul. So not going to be untapping here. All right, I'm just going to... Okay, so pay 4 life, land, Karn, and then I think we should actually just make a construct here. I was thinking of plussing, but it's already a 5/5, and we can beat down pretty quickly. Plus, if we're taking damage from the Mana Vault and potentially the library, then ending the game quickly is pretty good. So we're clocking them very quickly. They're dead in 2 turns, and we are drawing a lot of cards. I actually think I am going to untap the Mana Vault this turn. They are playing red, so there's some concern about burn spells. So I don't want to just pay 8 life, go down to 2 or whatever. Yeah, that's something we need to be aware of. Hardcast a Hull Breacher. So okay, that shuts down Sylvan Library. I'm happy we paid the life last turn then. I'm going to tap like this. Just leave up blue mana. Another Mox. Okay, so if we draw extra cards, that would be very bad. Because we would have to put cards back. So... Well, I'll just cast this just to beef up the construct a bit more. And then make another construct. And then hit for 7. If we attack with both... Actually, I think getting rid of the Hull Breacher helps us. Well, if we attack with just the Hull Breacher, or just the construct, and they take it, then next turn they're dead. Yeah, I think I'm going to attack like this. If they want to trade Hull Breachers, I think that's okay. Oh, whoa. Okay. Can't really see a way out of this for them. I mean, if they get another creature down, they can double chump and then go to 3. But, then we're still just upticking Karn, and we have a huge mana advantage. Yeah, that was a pretty solid win. So they're playing Emrakul. That's a little scary. We don't really have any ways around that. We want to bring in Bribery, though. That's for sure. This is an option. I don't think we really need it. I do think Thoughtseize is good. Sylvan Library is awkward against Hull Breacher. And we're on the draw. Yeah, I think I like cutting the Sylvan Library for Bribery. It was good there, but they have ways to interact with it. And then Venser is probably good. Yeah, I can ambush Hull Breacher. Yeah, we'll run it like this. All these cantrips are also awkward against Hull Breacher, but that's fine. Hopefully we can just prevent that from resolving. Ooh, so we can either go... Oh, can we go Thoughtseize? Well, if we play Thoughtseize, we can't pitch anything to the Chrome Mox. So we can either go turn 1 Karn or turn 1 Thoughtseize. Probably better just to go turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Karn. Especially if they mulliganed. Okay, they have Soul Ring. Okay, so yeah, definitely we need to Thoughtseize them to make sure they don't do anything too busted this turn. Time Walk, Thieving Skydiver. I don't really care about the Time Walk, so we'll just take the Thieving Skydiver. And then, yeah, we can't Chrome Mox or anything. So I actually, one time, this says non-artifact. So I was like, okay, like, you can still imprint, like, a Karn. And you can imprint it. But it says add 1 mana of any of the colors. And that doesn't count as adding colorless mana. It doesn't do that. So it just does nothing. All right, so they just play all the cards we knew about. This isn't, I mean, they could draw 7. But that's why, so we really want to make sure we want to make it insulate ourselves against the draw 7 because that's like the only thing they could do to get back into this. So, geez. Well, it's a lot of time walks. Don't play Time Twister. This is their one turn. They don't even have double blue mana, so they can't play Time Spiral or Counterspell. Or like Jace or Narset or a lot of the scariest planeswalkers. Okay, so we go Island. Do we want to just Chrome Mox away the Scarab God? I think I am going to do that, actually. That way we can get the Dimir Signet down. Yeah, this just really accelerates us this turn. So we go Mana Vault. Or Dimir Signet. Karn Sign of Urza. Make it 4/4. And so now if they Time Spiral, it probably helps us. I mean, we're basically even on mana, and we have a Planeswalker and a creature. I actually am going to untap this. If we draw a really good spell, that's unfortunate, but I think if we draw a good spell, we're already going to win. So I'll just make another dude. Play this, hit for 5. And the next turn we can Spellseeker for Ancestral. Or Mind Twist. Actually, maybe I would rather get Mind Twist. We don't really need more things. We can just win with what we have. So we just need to prevent them from getting more things. We could also just get a Counterspell. That might actually be better, even than Mind Twist. So we'll start with a plus. That was a good draw. Although, actually, they have a lot of mana. Maybe it's not that great. So I'm going to go... Let's see. Spellseeker. Grab, probably just Mana Drain. Yeah, I think Mana Drain is the best pick here. And now we can pass holding up Mana Drain plus Mana Leak and hit for 10. So yeah, this has got to be over. 2 Time Walks is not nearly enough to stop us. All right, pretty smooth first round. I'm definitely on a little bit of a run here. This is going well. Oh, immediately got an opponent too. We are on the play against Kiki Jackson, cool name, and pretty great that we get to be on the play. And this sounds great. We can ponder into Mana Drain into Urza. Mox Jet Preordain Island. These are all decent. I don't really want to draw an island. I'm actually going to shuffle these. They're not bad, but it's not great. I think, okay, now this is actually really close. If we want to play Mana Drain next turn or Dimir Signet. If one of those lands was a forest, I think I would have kept it. Okay, just Colonnade. Ooh, Jace. Jace versus Signet versus Hold Up Mana Drain. I'm actually going to go for the Signet here, I think. Dropping an Urza next turn would be really good if we can get there. And then this also, we can either go Urza or Jace plus Mana Drain. Nice. Okay, that is great. I think we'll just go Jace plus Mana Drain here. That's a really good draw because we can search up. Ooh, that's actually an amazing draw because we can get Ancestral and then flash Ancestral back with Jace. Oh, I made a misplay here. I should have gone to my second main phase because Mana Drain says at the beginning of your next main phase, add that colorless mana. And if they played a counterspell and we wanted to counter back, actually, we probably wouldn't have even countered back. But if we did want to, then we would get the colorless mana in our second main and it would be wasted. But if we go to our second main, then we Mana Drain, and then at the beginning of our next turn we get it, and we can put it to good use. All right, now they know about the Mana Drain, which is a little bit unfortunate. We can definitely loot away this Trigon Predator. I don't really care about that. Brainstorm is fine. But yeah, they didn't start with any artifact mana, and like when Trigon Predator is really good is when you're playing it on like turn 1. Okay, that I will just mana drain because they can just take the mana drain if they want to. So we get our 1 mana. Not the most exciting, but it's alright. I would love to find a Thoughtseize. We could just oh man, if only we got more mana. We could Spellseeker for Mind Twist and take out their hand, but that just doesn't really do much here, so don't think that's right. So we go. Well, let's see. We could play Urza into Spellseeker. Maybe that's better, actually. Yeah, that seems sort of good to me. Let's see. We do have enough. Yeah, we'll do that. This just establishes a lot of pressure, which I think is valuable here. Better than just like drawing some cards right now. If they played something like a Toxic Deluge, that would actually be really bad, but I don't think they'll have that, at least in the main deck. Yeah, and I think I would rather still just get Ancestral than Thoughtseize here, or than yeah. Yeah, we'll go Ancestral. Plus, because the Ancestral can just draw us into the especially if we go double Ancestral here, we can just draw into the Thoughtseize or Mind Twist or whatever other things we would search for with the Spellseeker, which is why Ancestral is just so good. It's like basically a copy of whatever thing you want because it just goes through so much of your deck. Balance? Ooh, man. That sucks. So we lose all of our board. I mean, I guess I will loot first because I don't really want this Trigon Predator. If we draw Island, it's close. Any card other than Island, I would keep over the Predator, though, I think. Well, at least I haven't cast the Ancestral yet. Balance is really good against cards that put you up on cards. So at the end of this, we're losing Urza. Actually, this looks bad, but it's actually not that bad. We're losing 2 creatures, and they're losing 3 cards in hand. So it's actually net positive for us. I mean, like, it helps them. It's a good play on their part. But if you just look at the raw exchange of resources, this is positive for us. Trigon Predator. I think I'd rather keep the Spell Pierce, so we'll just discard this. So we sacrifice all of our creatures, and they discard 3 of their cards. Spell Pierce is also, if they're discarding a bunch of cards, that makes Spell Pierce better because, yeah, they just discarded all these lands that they could have used to pay for it. No, that sucks. Okay, well, now we just had our Spell Pierce versus their 1 card, but they have a Colonnade, so they win the long game. Oh my gosh, we could have gone absolutely off. That's very unfortunate. Man, I really thought we were doing it, but now we're just getting absolutely crushed. Like, the game is almost over. I guess we could draw Preordain and then copy it with Seagate Stormcaller and get into it that way. Actually, we have a lot. I mean, Karn would be really good. Like, we have plenty of draws, but I thought we were basically we had just won. But then like Balance and Inquisition into Dig being your last card is brutal. Now they have a Monastery Mentor. Ooh, okay. I am going to plus here. So they'll give us the Island, which I will play and pass. I'm still going to hold off on playing the Seagate Stormcaller. I mean, it could maybe block the Monastery Mentor and make them hold it back, but if they have any spell, then that won't work. I guess if they play a white source, then they can just animate Colonnade. So there's not that many things we can really beat here. I mean, like, hopefully they just play an island. Scarab God, jeez. I mean, yeah, they got us. I don't think we can beat that. They can copy all of our good things. And now we draw that, of course. So I guess we get back Venser. That seems fine. Oh, wait, that's actually really good. Because now we can counter it on the way back down. Yeah, that's great. And if they do attack with a Mentor, we'll just block. Like, if they trigger Prowess, they can eat our Venser, but that's fine. And if they can't trigger Prowess, then they can't attack, so that's really good. All right, Mana Leak. If they have a Spell Pierce and we don't have mana for our Spell Pierce, I'm going to cry. Okay, sweet. Now we should be in a very good position. So I'm going to plus again. Island Chrome Mox. So they'll give us the Chrome Mox. Then I'm just going to pass. I mean, we could just play the Seagate Stormcaller. So if we play the Seagate Stormcaller, it would be good about blocking this. What other things do we have to hit? I mean, we could hit Thoughtseize, but that doesn't really matter. Like, at this point in the game, 1 Thoughtseize is just as good as 2 Thoughtseizes. We could hit Preordain, and that's it. It's literally just Preordain, actually. So I think I should just play the Seagate Stormcaller. It's not sexy, but I guess we could save it to pitch to the... No, we don't need to pitch it. I'm just going to play this to get the body down, and then we'll pass. So now even if they trigger Prowess, they can't attack with a Swift or with a Monastery Mentor. Frantic Search, okay. I mean, that makes a token, but that's not too scary. Discarding 2 lands, so they got good value out of it. I guess it is. If they get a white source, this Colonnade will just be very hard for us to deal with. Oko. All right, we need to find a green. Oh no, we can just use we can just use our Sylvan Library to get green mana. I mean, oh my gosh, that sucks. So we'll plus if we might just get green mana from this, which would be ideal. And then otherwise, we'll just pitch the Sylvan and play Oko. Importantly, Oko does plus 2/5. So even if they draw a white source, they at least can't kill the Oko this turn. But white source is certainly the scariest card that they could draw. Or that's actually, I can't say it's certainly the scariest card, but it's would be very scary. Mox Jet, and then Hull Breacher. Right? Hull Breacher we'll want to get next turn, probably. So we'll go Chrome Mox. It actually ended up being good that they gave us the Chrome Mox over the island. Wasn't really expecting that. I'm just going to play this to play around like any sort of weird amount of pay X. Actually, I don't think it could ever really matter, but whatever. Oko. And I'm just going to elk their Monastery Swift Spear, or their Monastery Mentor, I think. Their deck looks like an absolutely horrible balanced deck. We've seen no artifacts. I mean, I'm sure they have some Moxen, but you really want to have like as many Moxen as possible for this sort of card. And they have a bunch of creatures. Mana Drain. Okay. That's a little unfortunate. Man, this Venser is really putting in work just by being a 2/2. If we draw... Oh no, we're 1 mana shy of being able to use Scarab God if we draw it. But we get Karn for land and do it that way. So Scarab God would definitely be our best draw. Leovold would also be decent. We can just get our Hull Breacher this turn. I think that's better than plussing Karn. They can't really attack. They could trade off both of their monks with my Seagate Stormcaller if they wanted, but they don't do that. Mana Vault. All right, I'm just gonna grab the Hull Breacher. And in general, I think in this format, you should just play the Mana Vault usually. I mean, our one thing that loots is gone, Jace. We don't have like Frantic Search or anything. And if they do play a draw 7 or something, then having as much mana as possible can make a big difference. Plus, then you don't shuffle it back in. Like if someone plays a draw 7, I don't want to draw Mana Crypt or Mana Vault as one of my cards. Man, this card has really just been putting in work. And they know about it, so they're not just going to run into it. So I'm just going to cast this now. Plays around a counterspell. So we pass back, and I mean, every single turn that goes by where we have a Karn, our position gets a little bit better. I mean, I am still scared that if they just go White Source, they could kill our Karn. That's an argument against getting the Hull Breacher, actually. But I think it's still worth it. I mean, that isn't out, but they're probably very light on White Sources. It looks like they're basically just splashing for, like, Mentor Balance, like maybe a Teferi or something. So I think that's fine. Hopefully they just keep on drawing islands and swamps. Brainstorm. That's really good, actually. Part of me wants to actually Spell Pierce this. That would, because if they draw a White Source, then they could animate Colonnade. Yeah, I think this is the most value we'll be able to get out of Spell Pierce, to be honest. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot about the Hull Breacher. They actually... Okay, we both forgot about the Hull Breacher. I mean, I'm just going to win. I'm actually glad they paid 2. All this means that we get 3 treasures. So that did not go too well for the opponent. They might just shame concede. Now we can start making constructs, and they'll be huge. Pretty funny that like I gave them a chance to not play it by making a misplay of my own, and they did not realize. So they're playing Esper Control with a small white splash. Balance is a really good one to know about. The Scarab God is a good one to know about as well. Bribery can get the Scarab God. And then we have this. I actually think we want Deluge to deal with the Mentor. And then maybe just cut Sylvan again. They're actually potentially pressuring our life total. They have some creatures. Seagate Stormcaller is like, maybe we should just cut this. I mean, we have 4 genuinely very good hits. And Spellseeker. Yeah, I think it's still worth it to play this. How good is Trigon Predator? We have not seen much in the way of artifacts and enchantments. Yeah, maybe we just cut the Trigon Predator and play Commit Memory. Yeah, I think I like that plan. Commit Memory is also a good answer to the Scarab God. Alright, this hand is excellent. We can go turn 1, Mana Drain if we need to. We have Preordain. Looks like they do have an Inquisition, alright. They should probably just take the Spellseeker since we can get Ancestral with that. They took the Trigon Predator. Interesting. I was planning on pitching that. So there's... Normally I would want to hold up Mana Drain here, but since they know about it, they're not just going to jam something really good into it. So I'm just going to Preordain. Ooh. Thoughtseize is good. I think I'm going to bottom the Ponder. Actually, these are probably just both good. Yeah, I'll take them both. And the next turn we can play them both. And hopefully ponder into another land. Not going to play Chrome Mox into Ponder here. All these cards are cards that we potentially could want. Inquisition number 2. Okay, this is why we hit the Thoughtseize. That's the card we care most about. So I doubt they'll take the Ponder. But they might have taken the Thoughtseize if they have a card that's really important. I think discard spells are actually underrated in this format. There's a lot of players, like a lot of hands will just be like, well, first of all, it can punch through counter magic for you. And then secondly, there's a lot of hands that just like really rely on one card and don't do much else. Jeez, they're really hitting our hand hard. They gotta take the Spellseeker here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay. So we'll just go Thoughtseize you. Mana Leak. Okay. So now it's just, I mean, we're solidly ahead. Hopefully we draw land. If we don't, I'll probably just pitch whatever spell we draw or the commit memory, but I don't want to have to do that. Okay, sweet. So we can go Overgrown Tomb, Shock, cast Spellseeker. We could play Chromox to play Ancestral this turn, but I think I would rather not do that because commit memory could actually be really good here. It's like, yeah, especially if we find Hull Breacher or Leavehold. So one thing that's sort of like, so I just said I think discard is good in this format, and that's true. This kind of discard isn't good. Like trying to just like discard all of your opponent's things aren't good. What you want to be doing is like have one discard spell to take their key piece while you're also doing other stuff. Because like Ancestral just destroys all of the work that you do so fast. All right, so I'm gonna Ancestral first. Hopefully we can hit. Oh, I really hope they don't have a Hull Breacher. No. Oh, Mana Drain. Okay, that's also bad, but not as bad. So now, do we want to just Chromox to play Jace? I think I actually am going to do that. Sorry, commit memory, but this is like Jace takes a turn to work, so it's not like Ancestral, where it's like I can just play next turn. That's fine. That would add 2 turns to the Jace, and just flashing back the Ancestral here is really good. Got some mana. We'll see if they can do anything with it. It'd be really, really fun to draw that card that copies a spell. All right, they just concede. So pretty good start. I have my last trophy was my last league was a 6-0 trophy, and now we're 4-0. So a nice little win streak here. Hopefully we can keep it going and take down the finals for this trophy. Moving our way up to tied for 6th. Seems pretty good. See you there. All right, here we are for the finals against the man with no plan. Relatable. We are on the draw, unfortunately, and our hand is very slow and reactive. They kept... yeah, this is just too bad. If we were on the play, I think I might keep this, but it just doesn't do enough. Yeah, this hand is much better. So we can keep... I think I'm going to put back... I guess we can Spellseeker for Ancestral and then copy that with the Seagate Stormcaller. It's either Venser or Seagate Stormcaller. I think it's probably just Seagate Stormcaller. Like, it's cool, but a lot has to go right for that to work. We need double blue, and Venser is better if they get off to a good start, which I want to play around. Man, bummer that they get to see all our counter magic. Probe is just so good. Okay, that's great for us. I wish that I had a black source. Or just any land, really. We needed land very badly. Land, nice. I'm just going to pass. We could just play the Spellseeker, but I think I'd rather just hold up counter magic. And then if we hit one more land, then we can go for it. They did have a land. Jace. Okay, I'll go for that. Okay. All right, I'll loot. Discard Chromox. Thoughtseize. We could just go for Chromox, exiling Mind Twist, and then Thoughtseize them. But then what are we discarding? Like Venser? Or Spell Pierce? Yeah, I'll discard a Spell Pierce and then do that. Mana Drain. I mean, I'm going to go for the Mana Leak here. If they have another counterspell, I'll be really sad that we don't have the Spell Pierce. Okay, that's... Yeah, well, we'll see. Actually, Spell Pierce wouldn't have done it there. So now we pass back. They have a lot of mana. Actually, they only get to add 1 mana, so this isn't too bad. We'll see what they do. We can Venture to bounce any permanents. Time Spiral. Okay. I mean, that's not too bad. Hole Breacher. Man, I wish we could play that. We have Ancestral, which is nice. I'm very happy we went for the Chrome Mox. Okay, so Monolith resolves 6 mana. Bolus's Citadel. Okay, we can bounce that with the Venser, but they do get it for 1 turn, so hopefully they don't do anything too busted. Okay, nice. So, Ancestral ourselves. Draw a lot of good... Oh, wow, we have a lot going on here, so... Play this. We're going to Thoughtseize them. I really wish we had Time Walk to search up with a Spellseeker. So we could Venture bounce the Mana Drain, but then we can't Venture bounce the Bolus's Citadel. I'm going to loot in response. Just get a little bit more information. Mana Crypt. Okay. I think we discard the Trigon Predator here. It is decent. It can kill Bolus's Citadel, but it's too slow of a way to kill the Citadel. Man, Time Walk would be so good. I guess we could Spellseeker for Mind Twist, and then Mind Twist them. Oh no, Mind Twist is under the Chrome Mox. Dang. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pitch the Trigon Predator, and then let's see. We could Venture bounce the Mana Drain, but then they still just untap with the Bolus's Citadel, and that seems pretty rough. But I actually think I am gonna bounce the Mana Drain. I think this is worth it. The Thoughtseize is gonna be really good, I think, and Mana Drain is a lot less scary. Like we'll be well ahead on board, which makes the Mana Drain a lot less scary. Mind Twist. Okay, definitely need to get rid of that one. So now we could play Karn, but then we wouldn't be able to play Hole Breacher. I think Hole Breacher is the more important one, so I'm going to get that one down. And then we will pass the turn back to them. And they get Bolus's Citadel. So, well, one good thing is their top card is almost definitely land because they didn't use the Bolus's Citadel. So, that draw will be bad. And then they can go off with the Citadel for a bit. But, oh, wait, Sensei's top is just so good. I forgot about that with the Citadel. Their life total is under some pressure, though. We have 5 points of power on the board. That is a cool combo. They can just keep on reordering the top card. Okay, it's Thoughtseize. That's not too bad because our board is the scarier thing for them, I think. And that also makes them lose life. Calm down. All right. And then no other plays. That would be great for us. All right. Not going to be untapping this year. Spell Pierce. That's actually good, surprisingly enough. I'm going to go for the Mana Crypt here. Oh, wait, we should, well... That was stupid. I should have, looted first. I think I'm going to loot now. I actually want to draw land. Okay, good. Yeah, I want to draw land so we can just get rid of that, and now we'll go for Ancestral. They'll probably Mana Crypt this, or Mana Drain this, but then we can just Spell Pierce their Mana Drain. Not really thought Spell Pierce would be good at this stage in the game, but here we go. So their hand is just that. We draw our 3 cards. Those are not the best. What is Spellseeker getting at this point? Oh, we have Counter Magic, but We could get Mana Leak. Is that good? Let's see. Oh, whoa, whoa. That's just not what I meant to click on at all. I wish I had like a Nature's Claim. Ponder Mana Drain. I mean, Mana Drain is just so much better. Even though we can't use it this turn, I think that's what we should get. Oko would be really good. Oh man, I wish we could. Like, if we had the mana for Oko, that would be great. So I'm gonna play Island Preordain. Don't want either of those. And then just drop a Sylvan and a hit for 5. If they're playing Bolus of Citadel, that means that could mean a few things. The most likely one is Tinker, and that's just like their go-to Tinker target. It could mean they're playing Storm, and Brain Freeze is scary here because we only have 14 cards in our library. So that is definitely reasonable that they could get there. But also, the fact that they didn't go off more with Sensei's top probably means they have some bad cards on top. I mean, they could have put any of those cards on top and then just cast it. So that's hopefully a good sign. If we untap, we definitely win because then we get to hold up Mana Drain. Plus, we just almost have lethal. So they have to kill us this turn, I think. Or, like, do something that very dramatically alters the state of the board. They keep on playing swamps instead of islands. It's sort of weird. We know about that island in their hand still. Well, that is really good. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Wait, that's a... So they played that for free, but now we just get the treasures, and now we have Mana Drain available. Yeah, that was not going too well for them. So they're playing Time Spiral, Frantic Search, Bolus' Citadel. They're probably doing some variant of Storm. So I don't think Bribery is good. This is like okay interaction. Thoughtseize is great. Sylvan Library versus Commit Memory. I think that's mostly what it comes down to. Urza's also a little bit slow, or the Scarab God rather. Yeah, I think on the draw I might cut the Scarab God for Commit Memory. We haven't seen many creatures of theirs that it's good that it like works well with, and this is just like more interactive, which I think is important. Yeah, we'll run it like this. Ooh, we can just go turn 1 Oko. Seems good. No, that sucks. So they'll probably take the Oko. That's still not too bad though. We can just go turn 1 Signet. This is another situation where like holding up Spell Pierce is not that impactful because they know about it and they're not just gonna jam an important card into it. Manifold. Okay, so land. We could just hold up Commit Memory actually. Does that do anything though? I think I'm just gonna play Mana Vault and hold up Spell Pierce. I was planning on playing the Signet. This is like a little bit less mana efficient, but not really. And like I do think holding up Spell Pierce has some value. Like even if it's not like yeah, Signet. I'm happy to just Spell Pierce that, especially if they have draw 7s in their deck. Now we can untap and hold up Commit Memory. I would love to draw a land so we can play Dimir Signet and then hold up Commit still without tapping the Mana Vault. Ponder. I think I am going to ponder looking for land. Ooh. I'll just take the Sylvan Library here and play that, I think. I mean, I would love to play land. I want to draw multiple of these cards, but, well, no, we don't have the blue mana. Well, we could actually even play Urza this turn if we pitched our Commit Memory, but I don't really want to do that. I think I'm just going to take the Sylvan and play Signet into Sylvan. And I guess technically it's better to do it like this so that we can play around days. They could force of negation this. I'm pretty sure we stacked it right. We wanted to put the island on top, so like if we have a Sylvan Library, it doesn't matter which order they're in, but we want to draw the island next turn so we can hold up commit memory. Or commit. Since it's dividing top. That's not too scary on its own. And we're definitely just going to pay 8 life with Sylvan Library. Or maybe not definitely. Actually, pretty definitely. Yeah, I think we'll we'll just pay 8 life and then hold up commit memory or commit. And if we have a Sylvan Library in play, the status quo is great for us. So just like passing back and forth and we're just drawing extra cards is definitely where we want to be. Sweet. All right. We do need to, again, we need to worry about the Mana Vault plus Sylvan Library life loss thing, but it's fine. So we will draw our extra cards here. Pay 4 life, pay 4 life, island pass, and we have, Hull Breacher was a great draw there. Now we can play, like if they don't play in the commit, then we can just Hull Breacher. So no matter what, we're going to be using our mana in a productive and good way. They're rearranging cards in their upkeep. That's probably a good sign for us because it means that their mana is going to be more constrained. Grim Monolith. I think that is worth actually messing with here, committing. So I'm just going to pay we're taking 1 here again. Do we want to pay life with the library? We'll see what we draw. Okay, I'm just going to put back the island. So put on top, pay 4 life. We can go Swamp, Mox Jet. Chromox is just a Mox. It's also Mox here because of the Urza. Wait, could we have... No, we didn't have the mana to go a Hull Breacher plus commit, or plus memory. So we'll pass back and go end of turn Hull Breacher, and then we can just go memory. And, oh, that's bad. Oh no, are they just going to play a tiny Tendrils for lethal? Okay, so we can Hull Breacher them. We're still going to die if they have Tendrils in hand. But if they have anything other than Tendrils, this will really get them. Actually, wait, no, they have to just discard their hand. Yeah, this is, now we just win. Because they discard both of their cards, so they get to untap their lands, but even if they had a Tendrils, they can't play it. Oh! Forgot about that. They could do that in response. Okay, so now this is bad. Because they get to keep 1 card, and if their last card is Tendrils, then they can Tendrils for lethal. Don't be Tendrils. Okay, that doesn't do it. They don't have enough mana. They have 3 mana, so they could get a Brain Freeze, but Brain Freeze wouldn't be lethal here. And if they don't kill us here, then they're definitely dead. Because we get to just draw 7 with memory and make a bunch of mana. I'm just going to take this damage. I don't think 5 and 6 are different. Oh, wait, no, we definitely just have lethal because we can... yeah, I mean, we'll just the treasure tokens will make it lethal. Doesn't matter. So land. Tap all these things to play memory. We make 7 treasures, which makes this become a 15-15. We could even just grow it here just for fun. Ancestral U. All right. And boom. That's game and trophy. All right, sweet. That is back-to-back 3060s. That's really cool. So we will take a quick little look at our deck. This was just really, really strong. So we didn't have a lot of free counter magic, so that was one thing. But we had tons of good acceleration, lots of great cantrips, and then just like a really strong like mid-range game plan. We had lots of creatures that gave good value and interacted well, and we had lots of ways to draw cards, so we could just like keep on throwing value creatures at them, which presented a pretty quick clock while also being disruptive. Karn was really, really good. It honestly might have been the MVP. It just made huge constructs and drew cards. Urza was also great, unsurprising there. Thoughtseize was good. We never played Leovold. Scarab God we also never played, and I mean it seemed okay in some situations, but other times it was pretty slow. It's possible we should have just been playing this card. It was really strong in a few matchups, but never got to do Shell Dock at things at last. But yeah, really, really fun league. I not to brag, but I think I'm getting a little bit of a hang of this. I really thought it was a lot of luck early on, but I'm realizing now. I mean, maybe it is, and I just have gotten a little lucky here. But I think I've learned a lot about this format, and it's sweet. And every single draft I play, I like it more. And it's got 12 game wins in a row, so that is pretty sweet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll see you next time.